If you are looking for an epic day hike away from the hustle and bustle of Puerto Vallarta, you have found it. We started our journey in the fishing village of Boca de Tomatlán and embarked on one of Mexico's most beautiful coastal hikes. We are talking jungle paths, breathtaking ocean views, and the thrill of discovering beaches you can only get to by foot or boat. Our mission? To hit every single hidden beach along the way, including Kolomitos, Madagascar, and Caballo, before ending at the lively shores of Las Ánimas Beach. Get ready for stunning scenery as we hike from Boca de Tomatlán to Las Ánimas Beach.
Alright, we made it down here to Boca de Tomatlán. So we got a Uber here, so this is the little, I don't know, harbor, inlet, river, whatever. All the boats and water taxis here. So we're going to keep heading up the river to a bridge, and then we're going to cross it, and we'll be hiking back down along all this other side here to the ocean, and then be heading south along the coast. So it was a pretty cool little village we walked through to get here. So we're going to continue on. Bunch of chickens eating the garbage. So the river is actually right on the other side of these cars here. So we're hoping we see a little area to cross over to the bridge. Alright, so we just kept following the river upstream through this. It almost looks like a parking lot, and then you'll come to the bridge. And then we're just going to go across it, and I guess we'll be on the trail at that point. Yeah, there's probably more than one way to get here. Maybe that goes up to the street. Not sure, but it's worth it walking through the town. It's pretty cool to see that. So here we go. The adventure begins. Yeah, so there's all the boats I recorded earlier. So you just follow that little parking lot or whatever upstream of the river, and you'll come to this bridge and head across it. And should be pretty self-explanatory from here, we hope. Alright, so now that we made it across, we're on the other side of the river, following it downstream. So this is the marking of the trail, so you just want to follow these markings. There was a little bit of a split back here. We weren't sure which way to go, but we saw that mark, so hoping I'm right that that's the trail. I'm pretty sure it is. Probably find out shortly. Some of it looks like you are walking onto people's yards and stuff, but you're really not. So like here, I would say we're going to go right at the split. That looks like it's going up to somebody's house, so we're going to try this way. And yeah, there's a mark. Whoops, lost my footing there, but yeah, so there's a mark here, so you just have to keep looking for these little stripes. So far it seems to be marked pretty well. There's a bird or a crane or something. Oh, I see these iguanas. I don't know if it's going to come out. Dog's not moving. Yeah, it just goes down to the... Yeah. Making our way down river here, down to the inlet area. All right, we're still following the trail down. You come to a little map here, kind of shows you where you're at and the distance to each place you're going.
Here.
No, that's Kolomitos. We're not there
we're
yet.
Here.
We started, yeah, we're right there.
So we need to go.
So we need to have another 1.2 miles to Kolomitos, and our final destination is up here.
Las Ánimas.
Yeah, so, all right, we made it to this lookout point. Decking here isn't in the greatest shape, so definitely watch your step. Woo, we are hot. It's kind of steep in some parts here, but it's hot and humid, so that's why we're so hot. It's gonna feel good to jump in when you hit this first beach. Kind of getting higher up here, it seems like. Okay, we made it off of the river. Now we have the coast, ocean over here to our right, and we're in more of a shaded jungle, wooded type of area now, so definitely helped with the temperature. So we're actually not too far from the first beach. 700 meters, however far that is. But yeah, the trail was a little difficult here for, I don't know, the last half mile. Pretty steep and stuff, but not that big of a deal. Most people could probably do it. Alright, we just about made it to Kolomitos Beach. So it's a little steep getting down to it here, but once I get down over these rocks, I'll start recording again, so we'll see what it looks like. A couple glimpses of see through the trees, it looks pretty nice, but we're gonna get to it. Alright, we just about made it down. Water looks nice and green. I'll get a better view up here. We're gonna be heading down. Buenos dias. Watch your step across these boards here. Buenos dias. Little mini waterfall back there. We're going to take a little break here, maybe swim a little bit, have a drink and a snack, and we'll continue hiking down to, I think the next beach is Playa Madagascar. It should be maybe nicer than this one, we think. So we're gonna take a break here and cool off. Water feels great. So yeah, this beach is only accessible by boat or by that trail. It's a nice smooth sandy bottom, no rocks, and we thought what a great place to share a beer. So it's going to be a nice experience. It was pretty, I mean, it wasn't that hard getting here, but
I think it was hot. The first part of the trail I heard is the hardest part. So after this, going to the other beaches to, I forget what the one's Playa Madagascar. I forget what the other one's called. I think it's going to be easier from here on out. But we're the only ones here except for 2 boys and a woman.
Yeah, this place is beautiful. Usually
I heard this beach, here comes another couple. So there's other people on the trail. It's a safe trail, a lot of tourists do it. It just can be difficult hiking it. But we're going to crack one open and relax.
Alright, we're leaving Kolomitos and heading south, but to Madagascar Beach. But yeah, that was Kolomitos. That was, if it was just that, it would have been well worth it. That was a really cool place. We actually got there just in the nick of time, because when we were about ready to start wrapping up, a bunch of people showed up. So worked out well. So we're gonna just follow this down to the next one and do the same thing. Stop there and then keep heading on. So we'll check in later.
Gotta watch where you step, because there's nails and like barbed wire and just like rusty things. You have to be careful.
Especially things like this. Watch your step. Pretty solid. Looks worse than what it is. And we're still following the same marker. All right, we made it to Playa Madagascar. It's not, this beach kind of depends on the tide, but it's low enough that we're gonna have some beach here to relax on, but nice and secluded, beautiful. So we're going to take a nice long break here. It actually wasn't too far from Kolomitos, maybe a, I don't know, 10-minute walk, if that, so pretty easy to get to.
So we made it to Playa Madagascar, and this is our spot. We have the whole beach to ourselves. Mike was recording on his drone, so I hope you guys can see the shot. But I was down here, and all of a sudden, a big whale comes up and breaches and was flapping his tail, blowing out of his blowhole. And he came up probably, I don't know, 6 times and he headed that way. So I hope the drone caught the footage, but I heard that they started making their way into the bay. But it's unusual to see them this time of year. You probably usually don't see them till like December through, I think, March. I'm not really sure, but I think it's December through March. So I was shocked when I saw one. That was my first whale sighting ever. I always wanted to see one. So we have this whole beach to ourselves. Here's our little spot where we'll take a swim and then head down. I think the next beach, I forget what it's called. It's not Las Animos yet. There's one more.
All right, we're leaving Playa Madagascar and continued to head south, but that was better than the first beach, so it keeps getting better further we go. So
we're on the beach.
Awesome.
We were on the beach and a boat pulls up and a guy hops off and he started selling beer and water from a cooler.
Yeah, so
perfect timing.
Worked out good. So yeah, very beautiful place. So unfortunately it's bittersweet that we're moving on, but we got to keep going, so hopefully it keeps getting better. All right, we walked about 10 minutes from Madagascar. We're down to Playa La Troza. Looks like another nice spot, so I think we're gonna do the same thing. Stop here for about 15 minutes and then move on. All right, so this is our third beach we're stopping at. We're still at La Troza. Very nice and flat. There's some nice big boulders here you can sit your stuff on. But then the trail continues on over there to the, look by that little straw hut there. So we're gonna get back in here, take a dip, relax, and then we'll move on from here. Where? Where's the iguana? I don't see it.
It's looking right at us.
What rocks are those?
Black. This big rock right here.
Oh, I see it. All right, we just passed Playa Caballo. There's a lot of little like beach clubs there. You can stop and get a drink and maybe some food or something. We were actually considering just doing that because it was pretty laid back. There wasn't many people there. I have a feeling down here at Las Ánimas it's going to be crowded, so we'll see. But yeah, it was a pretty cool area. Nice wide open beach here. But we're just going to keep going and not stop here. See, we should be, there was a sign back there, 696 meters till we get there, so should be right up here around this bend, I think. All right, we made it. Las Animos. So there's a bunch of restaurants and stuff down there. So we're gonna go get a big lunch, relax a little bit. So it wasn't too bad of a walk getting here. A lot of nice stops along the way. We just took our time. follow this the whole way and you'll be able to make it. A lot of boats bring people directly here. Water taxis and trips and stuff like that. So that's probably how most people got here. El Fundador. We walked past all the crowded places and came down here to the furthest south side to this smaller restaurant. There's not many people around, although we do have some company underneath our table. Puppy. He's trying to cool off just like we are. Just got our drinks here. Kelly got a margarita. I got a michelada. So I don't know if it's michelada or michelada. They look good. We're gonna get to them. All right, guys, we're heading back. We're taking the water taxi back to Boca, so it should be about a 10 to 15 minute ride here. So we're gonna take the easy way back.